everyone, and good afternoon. It's Deputy Chief Chandler here with Rich with a live update for you just to talk about what happened this past 7 days in Mount Juliet and maybe a little bit about the future with some activities we have coming up this weekend. It's Memorial Day as well. And Rich has the weekly update. But to all of you joining, there's just 12 of you watching us live right now. Hope you're doing well. We hope you got good weekend plans this Memorial Day. And we hope that you're safe. And we'll go into a little bit about safety and Memorial Day throughout the broadcast. But Rich, how's your day going, man? I know you've been stuck in records helping out in there. They're a little short today.
Yeah, it's been a good day, though. I don't mind getting up there and helping out to help the ladies. You know, that they needed a couple of them needed a day off today, wanted a long weekend. So it was nice to be able to jump up there and help out and give them a break. So it was kind of nice. I was able to rotate up there and help out.
Awesome. And with the holiday Monday, they're off too, right? All of our offices are closed. Well, how did our week look? I know you told me we had a bunch of arrests.
Yeah, it's been a busy proactive week this week. So we're going to cover May 16th through May the 22nd this week. Getting right into it, we had 1,033 police calls for service, 82 fire calls, 17 crime reports, 67 arrest charges, 523 traffic stops, 219 citations, 43 non-injury crashes, and 5 injury crashes. That time of year, crashes are staying up, unfortunately. Of course, we'd like to see them down, but they're just staying up there.
Yeah, they are. And when we look at those crashes, Rich, I say it every time we have this talk. It's a lot of just distracted driving, a lack of paying attention. If we just paid attention, everything will be okay. We have to limit distractions, and you can do so by, of course, putting your cell phone down and just keeping your mind, your eyes, and your hands, focused on driving. We need all of those to drive. Our hands are for the steering wheel. Our mind is to make good decisions about how we drive. And of course, our eyes, we have to see where we are driving. And when you put a cell phone in that mix, it takes away all of that. And you just got to be careful, folks. We're really trying to get those crashes down. Our officers, of course, they're out there making a lot of traffic stops, but the citation issuance rate is about 30 to 40%. Which is definitely low. It doesn't always take a citation to ensure someone is driving safely. And sometimes you can change driving behavior by just a simple verbal warning, which they give the majority of the time. But they are focused on those who are driving distracted. So if you have that cell phone in your hand and you're driving through Mount Juliet, you do run the risk of being pulled over and either getting a citation or a warning on that. And the luck is up to you on what that officer's mindset is on if he's going to use what discretion, whether it's going to be a warning or a citation. So be careful out there. We don't want you having any type of crashes. We, of course, want to limit those as best as we can. And I would say eliminate them, but I think that's wishful thinking. But please just be safe when you're out driving on the roads, especially Memorial Day weekend. There's a lot of people that's going to be out and about and doing a lot of things. We got to be careful.
Absolutely. And getting into the crime reports this week, 7 family disturbances, 5 frauds, 3 thefts, and a couple of stolen vehicles. On those stolen vehicles, they were both in domestic-related situations.
Yeah, I guess, Rich, that just means that the offender and victim, they knew each other in those situations, and one took the car and left, and obviously we're trying to find it. So,
correct. And on the arrest charges this week, it's been a while since we've had a screen quite this full, but lots of good proactive work this week. 21 driving on suspendeds and revoked, and 20 drug-related, 13 warrant arrests, 11 traffic-related, 4 DUIs. Unfortunately, those DUI numbers are creeping up again, likely related to the pretty weather out and people having a good time. 3 leaving the scene of a crash with damage, a couple of contributing delinquency, a minor, and you see the rest of them down there. Had a couple unlawful passing of a school bus this week. Don't see that very often, but got a couple of them for passing the school bus illegally. Folks, if those lights are on and those stop signs are out on those school buses, just take a couple minutes and wait for those school buses, take care of what they have to do. They're taking care of our kids. So just give it a minute and let them do their job. Of course, you see some alcohol-related, disorderly conduct, failure to yield, possession of a firearm during a commission of dangerous felony. You can see all the rest of them there. Prohibited tobacco purchased by a minor and a shoplifting. I had several others. We didn't get the list on here just because we ran out of room, but it was good proactive work this week.
Yeah, great stuff, Rich. Proud of our officers that go out and work hard every day. It's amazing the stuff that they're able to find to intercept in our community. And it's not really our community members that are the ones being arrested. Over 90% of the people that we arrest are not residents of Mount Juliet. They're just here for some reason. And, you see all those gun charges off of there. I mean, they pulled a handgun off a 16-year-old yesterday. The 16-year-old was wanted out of Rutherford County for many charges. He was with, I believe, a family member, could have been his mom, and then another adult male who also, the both of them were convicted felons and they had handguns on them. And then the day prior, we had a road rage incident out on the interstate where a 19-year-old uh, brandished a AR pistol. That's a modified AR rifle. That's, I guess, short barreled, and if they take off the stock and looks more like a pistol than a rifle. And he brandished that to the other motorist, and we were able to stop that person and arrest them for the crime that they committed. But our officers do great work, and you see all this great work because they are well supported by our community, and which we are grateful for. They are well supported by our elected officials, which we are super grateful for. And they're allowed to go out there and do good work, but also through the support, it allows them to be free, right? If they weren't supported, we would probably have less officers, more calls about crime, and our officers would be in what I call a reactive mode, where they are constantly responding to calls for service. They don't have any time to be proactive to prevent crime or intercept criminals who happen to be in our community. And folks, I would much rather them be proactive than in any situation where they are reactive, because once we go reactive, we really start to lose our footing on keeping crime controlled in the community. We have so many other influences right next to Nashville where they are really having a crime problem that can just cross over into Mount Juliet. That's what we see, but we're able to continue to push back and keep that controlled and keep our crime controlled here and be a safe community. We're one of the safest cities around with a very low crime rate in the 40s, but if you hop over the city limits into Davidson County, you'll find a crime rate in upper hundreds, 120 area. And it's just, criminals don't really know city limits. It's not like there's a big announcement that you're crossing over. And that's why we see them crossing over from time to time. That's why we have to stay after it. Our officers do great work. We ask a lot of them. They work extremely hard to keep this city safe. And I just can't tell you how grateful I am because I see the work that they do and they make me proud every day, Rich.
Absolutely. And under our neighborhood and school zone traffic enforcement, of course, Baird Farms, Walton's Grove, Providence residential areas, Belinda Parkway, Sunset Drive, and Hickory Hills. 57 stops, 41 citations, and 2 arrests. Some good numbers by that team this week. They're really getting out there, getting after it.
Awesome.
And on the Guardian Shield, the top 3 stats that everyone really likes to see: 178 stolen cars recovered, 72 stolen plates recovered, and 122 wanted persons recovered since we've had that program, doing some really good work.
Yeah, that thing does good work too, watching over our city like it does.
That's my stats for you this week.
Awesome, Rich. Well, I have a couple things to talk about, but something I know that's dear to both of us is our EMS responders. And this is on the screen. I believe people can still hear us, but it is Emergency Medical Services Week, which those folks, do great work in our community as a new EMS service. And of course, we're grateful for our Mount Juliet Fire EMS, our Wilson County EMS service through Wilson County Emergency Management Agency, and also all EMS and beyond. But it's EMS week, and they've been getting a lot of good kudos this week. We just want to give our shout out to them that we are honored to serve with them and keeping this city safe. And even 3 of our own officers are going through EMT school, and they will be done mid-June. And I've heard they're doing well. So we're excited for them to be done. And they will take their national registry test mid-June and be EMTs, which elevates the service that we are able to provide in our community, but also enhances other services like on our special response team to have medics ingrained in that response team when they have to use their skills at certain calls. So happy EMS week to all of our EMTs and paramedics and all those that handle emergency medical within our community. We have some weather coming up. They have us outlooked for a slight risk this Sunday. Over the weekend, there's going to be different storm chances, but Sunday seems to be the worst forecasted day for us. So we could see damaging winds, large hail, some flash flooding, and tornadoes are not out of the question. So just be mindful of that. pay attention and be connected to a reliable weather warning source throughout the weekend, especially when those storms start to pop up. And we just need to be watching those to be sure that we don't have anything happening. And if you do, you get the warning to take shelter. It's also Memorial Day. Rich, I don't have many plans. I think the rain forecast has kind of hampered the plans that I had. I was wanting to get out on the lake, but I just don't think that's a good idea for me anyway. But I just want to talk about, some safety tips Memorial Day, and it's just graphics broken down to travel, food, and outdoors. So with travel, please don't drink and drive. We know there's going to be a lot of celebrations this weekend, and you always want to designate a sober driver. There's always an option for you to get home, whether it's Uber, a sober friend, or some other means other than driving. Just be home safe. And if you're traveling, ensure your vehicle is properly maintained and ready for the road. Always wear that seatbelt. Ensure your passengers in your vehicle are also wearing their seatbelt as well. And I was always going to add too, don't drive distracted, because that's really where we're seeing a lot of crashes happening out there. And for the outdoors, just be mindful of children, especially around things of water, pools, and whatnot. Deadly accidents can happen very quickly. If you're on the water, wear that life vest. Ensure your children have their life vest on as well, and just keep an eye out on them. Ensure they're being supervised properly out and about. Of course, there's other tips on there, and you just want to follow those and be safe this Memorial Day. And don't forget the reason why we have Memorial Day either. It's a very important day for an important reason, and we always need to keep that close to our hearts. Rich, anything to add about Memorial Day?
Yeah, a lot of people always get excited about it. Hey, it's an extra day off. Let's have a good time. Well, that's important, but the most important thing is to really remember what it's about. It's about honoring and remembering those that we've lost in the line of duty for our country. So if you know a veteran, granted we haven't lost them, but if you know a veteran, take a moment and tell them thank you. But always remember too what Memorial Day is all about. It's about those that we've lost. So if you've had veterans in your families, make sure you take a moment and have a little prayer or a silent thought and gratitude about what they've done for our country. They're very, very important, and we need to make sure we appreciate them.
Yeah, and folks, this Memorial Day weekend, the Field of Honor is taking place at Mount Juliet Road in Division Street, and that is basically a fundraiser for the Exchange Club of Wilson County and American Legion Post 281. Those beautiful flags at the town center clock tower, always nice to see every year. Appreciate what they do for that. But it's really a fundraiser where you can dedicate a flag to a family member who may have served and is no longer here with us. So appreciate what the American Legion does and the Exchange Club does with that project. It's a beautiful sight. Love to see those flags flying around this time. And the clock tower is changed to red, white, and blue and other buildings within the city, and nice patriotic feel as you drive around and honor those that Memorial Day is meant for. But if you want to contribute to them, all you have to do is stop by those flags and they will accept your donation. You can purchase a flag and have it dedicated to someone as well. And then, Rich, on Memorial Day itself, I'll be at Del Webb. They have a Memorial Day ceremony at 1 o'clock that I'll be at, 1:30 that I'll be at down there. So. How's the weather looking, though?
Well, it's a little rocky through the weekend, to be honest. You already hit on the potential for severe weather, which, when we watched the weather briefing yesterday and today, the Weather Service has definitely got their, for lack of a better pun, their radar on high gear, because this weekend's looking a little rocky. So far, they've got some severe potential, as you touched on, through Saturday and Sunday. Sunday being the day we really got to watch out for. But folks, not trying to scare you. We just let you know about this stuff to make sure you're aware and can be prepared. Because you remember back in 2020 when the tornado hit us, we weren't even at the elevated risk. So we just got to watch out because these things can pop up at a moment's notice. So just have your stuff ready, have your kits ready, have your weather radios charged and ready, and your cell phones charged and ready. And that way, if something happens, you get that weather warning. You can pop into your safe place and be ready to go. And as you look through the graphic here from the Weather Service, tonight they're calling most of our storms should be unfortunately around evening rush hour, so 5 to 8 o'clock this evening. potentially quieting down overnight. And then tomorrow during the day, not terrible with a slight chance of storms during the day, but tomorrow evening it's going to get kind of rough again. And then Sunday, so far they're saying probably afternoon to evening time, but that could change depending on what the atmosphere does. And then Memorial Day, during the same thing during the day, kind of clear. It's going to be pretty warm during the day too, so make sure you stay hydrated if you're out trying to enjoy the pretty days in between the storms. So make sure you stay hydrated and take care of yourself. And then it's looking to clear up probably early next week again, probably Tuesday, Wednesday. Finally get back into that clearing trend a little bit.
Yeah, good news. It's going to be warm, stormy, with some moments of sunshine. So overall, I hope Mount Juliet makes the best of their Memorial Day weekend and just stays safe. How about we take some questions, Rich? If you have any. I'm going to kick in a little community strong.
Shout out to my cousin Lisa there in the comments. What up, Lisa?
There you go. Question here. If she's would think Mount Juliet's track record, they would avoid driving. You would think, but people who commit crime don't think really either, or they wouldn't be doing what they're doing. And we're, especially down around I-40, it's right next door to Hermitage, to Antioch, and a lot of cross and pass through that we see happening there. And we just want to ensure that criminals are successful. We don't want them in the shopping areas, creating victims to businesses or people, or in neighborhoods creating victims as well. And that's why we just stay at a lot of officers. They do a lot with less, and really appreciate them, but they are the best of the best out there. And man, just looking at the numbers and what other communities do, our officers are extremely proactive and ensuring our community is as safe as it is. Rich, you got any plans Memorial Day? I'm sure you're doing.
Well, we're going to go out to my nieces have a dance recital tomorrow that we're going to go for a couple hours, which would be kind of cool. So shout out to my brother and sister-in-law and the kids. Looking forward to the dance recital. Other than that, we're kind of winging it. I don't know if we're going to go do a cookout or try and brave a cookout in between the rain, or what we're going to do, or go eat dinner somewhere. But sure, we'll wing it and figure it out.
Gotcha. About the same for me. No. I don't know the word I'm looking for, but no super exciting plans. Just a long weekend for me. I'll be out and about working this evening with patrol, and then I will, obviously come to work and see how that's going.
Looks like folks are being kind of quiet today.
I'll be at that other event. Yeah, a little quiet. If you have questions, type those in the comments. Rich and I are here. We're just hanging out. We'll be glad to take a question. It could be about anything, police related, that we're hopefully can answer for you. But just type that in the comments.
Oh, Taylor. Shout out to Taylor. Miss you, Taylor. Wish you were here.
I'm not seeing that. Are you seeing comments?
I just see the one where my cousin popped that one in there.
Okay. I gotcha. Oh, I thought Taylor commented on. Yeah, Taylor. We miss her. She is off today. That's why she took off. So that's cool. It's always fun getting a new ride, right?
Yeah, that's a good reason to be off.
That's what I told her.
She needs to come take us for a ride in it.
Right? Absolutely.
She must be doing that now since she's not watching the live.
Yeah, right. Hopefully not. Hopefully not. All right, Rich. Well, let's close it out, and I'll let you close it out. About that.
Yeah, sure. So, folks, have a great weekend this weekend. Be weather aware. Stay tuned to your MJ Text Alert program or whatever service you choose to use. Just be ready in case something happens. Hopefully, nothing will. But hey, have fun this weekend too. It's a very important, somber weekend, but have a good, fun, safe weekend. Safe being the operative word there, and take care of each other. Hopefully, see you back here, same bat time, same bat channel next weekend. So, see y'all next week.
All right. Take care, folks. Have a wonderful weekend as you are celebrating the reason for Memorial Day and all the sacrifices people have made for us to be free. Take care, folks.
you and me. We're community strong. When it's you and me, we got the strength to carry on. So let's all get together now and sing it like a song. Oh, oh, oh. We're community strong.